Friends, today I'd like to share a beautiful poem by the wonderful poet Danusha Laméris. And it's really about a spontaneous, untethered, unapologetic expression of passion. And I wonder if you, as you listen, could consider times in your life when you gave yourself permission to do the same, or how you could in the coming days. It's called Bonfire Opera. In those days, there was a woman in our circle who was known not only for her beauty, but for taking off all her clothes and singing opera. And sure enough, as the night wore on and the stars emerged to stare at their reflections on the sea, and everyone had drunk a little wine, she began to disrobe, loose her great bosom and the tender belly pale in the moonlight, the Viking hips, and to let her torn raiment fall to the sand as we looked up from the flames. And then a voice lifted into the dark, high and clear, like a flock of blackbirds. And everything was very still, the way the congregation quiets when the priest prays over the incense and the smoke wafts up into the rafters. I wanted to be that free inside the body, the doors of pleasure opening one after the next, an arpeggio climbing the ladder of sky. And all the while she was singing and wading into the water until it rose up at her waist and then lapped at the underside of her breasts. And the aria drifted over us, her soprano spare and sharp in the night air. And even though I was young, somehow in that moment I heard it. The song inside the song. And I knew then that this was not the hymn of promise, but the body's bright wailing against its limits. I knew then that this was not the hymn of promise, but the body's bright wailing against its limits. A bird caught in a cathedral, the way it tries to escape by throwing itself again and again against the stained glass.